Yeah, we gotta look that up. Yo, Sajag.
Side Jags in effect. Welcome to the show, Side Jags, a guy's perspective on movies and life. We're here today to talk about the movie Tenet, amongst other things, but we have a special guest. Vega, introduce our special guest.
The young Mr. Lo-Fi Vega, aka Kyle. What's up, Kyle?
What's up?
Lo-Fi Vega.
He is getting a stereo in his car, so
what did you give him for a car? Although we can't have stereo talk on here because it's no stereo talk. But what kind of car? What kind of car did he get?
Kyle, tell him.
2006 Hyundai Sonata.
Hyundai,
fancy man.
Yeah. Hyundai. We call them Hyundais, but Hyundai works, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, hey,
I got a Hyundai.
We're in the South. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, we're in the northernmost southern part of the United States.
Right.
Everyone always goes, "What?" Yeah, say that again. We're in the northernmost southern point of the United States, and they just look at you like you're on crack, and you go, "You gotta understand, people that live in this part of Florida are all from the north. Therefore, we don't go y'all, hey, yonk to, do ya, or what's all those southern things."
That's all the stuff that I do.
We don't around here. We don't have any of that stuff in this area. So it's like if you live, basically it's like I-4. So if you ever look at I-4, if you live anywhere along the water sides of I-4 and or up and down the coast, so it's like an H. You don't have the southern accent because you're not from the South. But if you go inside the state or to the Panhandle region, that's when you're going to find the, "Hey, y'all, what y'all doing this Sunday? You want to go do something?" And you're like...
At least you can still communicate, because have you spoke to people from Louisiana? Like, huh? Where are you from?
I saw that stand-up, by the way. I don't know if you saw the comedian that was talking about that. He's like, he got kicked out of Louisiana. He's like, "I don't think I can ever go back in that state again. If I do, they're going to hang me at the border."
Yeah.
Hifivega. Yeah, no doubt. Everyone. Honestly, Kyle, you're probably the only reason why people are here today is because they want to see the offspring of your dad. As bad as that sounds, we're like, "He's got a kid?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
how old is he? 12?
And they're grown adults now, both of them. It's very weird. So you got an adult.
I don't think so. I mean, she is on paper, but she still lives out of my wallet. So,
well, I mean,
I know, right? They're going to do that forever. I'm going to secretly support her army of nonsense from now until the day I die. It's like a black op funded government thing. We have all the black money that's for paying for our kids for the rest of their life.
Right.
That's
you got to buy the Capri Suns. We're a Capri Sun house. There's no one under the age of 18 in this house, but we like Capri Suns, so it's out there. People know.
It's okay.
I have a Capri Sun right beside me.
Let's see, which one? What do you got?
It's a Pacific Cooler.
Ooh, there you go. Pacific Cooler, Island Jammer, they got some of the coolest names. It's like, how could you not want to drink a Capri Sun? I mean, it's like a kid's wine cooler.
It is.
It's like,
they need to make wine cooler, like real wine coolers like that.
Yeah, because it's like, "I got a Super Berry Blast." Is that a wine cooler or a Capri Sun? That'd almost be like a contest you could do: wine cooler or Capri Sun names.
Oh, and then have kids try it. Like, does this taste like a wine cooler or a Capri Sun?
Oh, a kid would be like, "Oh, that's so disgusting," unless they were 13 to 15, and then they'd be like,
"Yeah, I'm drinking it anyways."
I'm drinking it anyways because it's alcohol, and that's supposed to be cool.
Yeah.
That's the conversation we have with Fernando all the time about his stepdaughter. Is like, "Can I try it?" "No, you're not 21 yet." "Well, everyone else is." "Yeah, but you're not 21 yet. Listen, you'll have plenty of time to get as shit-faced as you want when you're 21. But until then, watch from afar."
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is an adult. This is an adult Capri Sun. You cannot have this.
Yeah. Oh no, we should reach out to Capri Sun and be like, hey man, we talk about your stuff all the time. Let's
Yeah.
sponsored by
Let's do
Capri
something.
Sun. You know, we need some island jammers, some Pacific Rim.
If we can, like my goal, like don't even pay us. I just want Haley on a Capri Sun package.
Oh.
Just her picture. Yeah, there you go.
I gotta roll my eyes. I don't know if you can see that.
So, will you please just explain this whole Tenet movie to us, the whole thing?
No problem. I got this,
Yeah.
bro. All right, stand by.
Oh, and I looked up. This is a Christopher Nolan directed movie.
All right, first off, let's start with Christopher Nolan. For those of you guys that are not familiar with Christopher Nolan, do you know what movies he's most famous for?
Inception and Interstellar.
Do you know what movies he's most famous for?
Oh, Dark Knight.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Those other two movies, like this movie, sucked. Okay.
Oh no, dude! Inception was awesome.
Okay. Listen, there's a certain portion of life where it's like, if you can't figure out time travel, don't keep doing it because it doesn't work, you know. And I went back and watched Inception because everyone's like, dude, Inception is like his, and I was like, all right, I got to watch that because I have not been impressed yet. And I watched that, and they're trying to explain the whole thing, and I'm like, we're just making this shit up as we go along. If we go 3 rows deep, it's like 5 times the length. So like you could be under for 30 seconds, but it feels like 50 years. But if you get shot here and then you go back, you're going to come forward and you might actually die. What the frick are you talking about, man? Wait, what? Oh, wait, we're Nazi fight or not Nazi? We're ninja fighting in our dreams? And
yeah.
What? Okay. Anyways, that's not the movie we watched. What he's most
kind of, because I would say there's a vein between Inception, Interstellar, and Tenet.
Oh, of course. And the only reason why I liked Interstellar was because of Anne Hathaway and Matthew McConaughey. The two of them saved that movie as far as I'm concerned. Because let's be honest, just Anne Hathaway. I mean,
yeah.
I don't care what she does. I'm gonna watch it because I just think she's good. And Matthew McConaughey, I just feel anytime he opens his mouth, you're always on that borderline of just laughing.
Yeah.
Because he's like, hey, y'all, let me just tell you about my Lincoln. Sometimes when you're not feeling all 3D, you need a Dorito chip. That's the worst imitation ever. I apologize.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, that's right on, man. It's like if you blacked me out, they'd be like, is Matthew McConaughey there? Oh, and for those of you that want to know, Matt Damon is waiting in the green room, so hopefully we'll get him on later. But he got bumped for Kyle. So
yeah, I mean it happens
too, Kyle. So anyways, everyone knows like Batman is like his most loved movies. I absolutely hated the Batman series. Like I thought I'm the one guy that was like, this sucked. I didn't care for it, but I watched this movie, Tenet. Tenet came out originally during the height of COVID. It was like the first movie to be like, hey, come back to the movie theater. Don't worry, you won't get sick and die because there'll be no one in here watching this movie at all. So then it promptly made it to release, which I immediately spent $20 so that I could see it. So what is the movie about? Well, it's about the protagonist because he never actually gets a name. If you didn't know that, he never has a name. He's literally in the credits known as the protagonist. Okay, cool. Mistake number 1. It also stars a 7-foot-tall blonde model who, if nothing else, is best to watch just because she's a 7-foot-tall blonde model, and you can't help but go, God damn, she's tall. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, and the only other movie she's been in, there's been 2 movies she's been in. One, she's in like this bank robbing movie with these wives. But the only other movie she's in, which she's most known for, is she was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as the Empress, the Golden Empress that they stole the batteries for.
That was her?
That was her.
I didn't know that. Yeah, because I didn't recognize her at all.
No one does. And she's getting more and more roles now, which is good because I think she can act. You know, and let's be honest, she's 7 foot tall. So how cool is that? I mean, we need a tall. Anyways, so the movie starts with the protagonist supposedly going to get a nuclear something. We don't know what it is, but he has to get this nuclear something, and this for some reason it's a symphony, and people get shot and gassed, and like it's a whole setup to kill this person who has this. They get it, they get caught. He takes the kill me pill from the CIA, and then we wake up in a boat, because where else would you wake up in a boat other than the guy that filmed the movie Dunkirk? And he's like, hey, let's put him on a boat. We know how to fill boats now. So boom, we're on boats. And he actually said that. Well, we filmed Dunkirk, so we learned all about boats. So it only makes sense. That's why there's a lot of boat scenes in the movie, because of that. Anyways, so he learns of this thing called Tenet. And if you flip it around like this, the church is empty, or all the people are inside. Here's the church. Here's the steeple. Open it up and see all the people. Anyways, that's all I was thinking when I was on that. And if you say the word tenant, which is a palindrome, and it also is 10 backwards, which had something else to do with the movie. And then the movie unfolds from there. He learns of this reversing effect that is happening, bullets that come out of the wall back into the gun, things that lift up off the table. And he had, all right, so it's like a James Bond movie from this point. This was Christopher Nolan's James Bond movie. He always wanted to make a James Bond movie. They weren't going to let him make a James Bond movie because he's Christopher Nolan, and it would just be confusing and not fun. So here we go. And so now here's a bad guy that's a super bad guy that is rich because he's been
harvesting time.
He's been putting back together this tool that is going to erase history as we know it. And he's going to blow it up into a concrete bunker that no one will be able to get to. And then when he dies, everyone will die because he's just a selfish person. And so it unfolds time travel and guns and fighting and the good part that makes no sense. So we have the pincher move where people go forward 10 minutes and people go back 10 minutes. And then we have cars that are driving backwards in time. And if you can't breathe oxygen because your lungs are inverted and you have to have special oxygen and you don't catch on fire, you freeze. And oh my God. So how did y'all like the movie, Kyle?
In my personal opinion, I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Really? You liked it that much? So
well,
go ahead. That's okay. Like if you take all the bullshit out of the movie, it was very entertaining. Like I've watched it 3 times, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it definitely made me want to go back and watch it again immediately after. And I think that
it's a bad idea. Give it a couple days to kind of sink in.
Yeah, and on that, like immediately when I was like, what happened? And I'm explaining to her like what I know, and I was like, honestly, I need to watch a YouTube video. It's one of these movies where I need to watch a YouTube video to figure out what I think versus what other people think and where maybe it comes together. And it's kind of like I understood, like I knew his name was the protagonist because, like I said in the last review, that my wife has hearing, so we have subtitles on every movie we watch, and it says protagonist there. It's like, okay, so it's clear he doesn't have a name, until the end.
Well, he never got a name. They never said his name ever.
No, they never say his.
In the credits, he's listed in the credits he's listed as protagonist.
But doesn't the lady at the end say Tenet when he goes to kill her?
But that's not his name, though. So
I
thought his name was Tenet, and it was the Tenet program. So it's just the Tenet program.
He is. So it's all. This whole thing is him. So what we're seeing is the backstory to how this organization exists to create what has happened in the. So he's sending everyone back to do this to find him to stop this. So it's like that's the fun part of time travel is that none of it makes any sense. And the other thing too is once you've traveled in time, you become immortal. Yeah, in some sense, because think about it. Like, okay, so the vampire dies in the end, but he didn't die in the end. So he got shot in the head. He's the one that opened the door, and then he got shot in the head. But then he opens the door and locks the door, and then he somehow gets to the truck, and that's because he's been time jumping into the same 10 minutes now 3 or 4 times. So he's got to keep doing this. So one part of his life is going to be living that same 10 minutes and dying that same 10 minutes over and over again, forever. Yeah. And that's the joy of time travel, that you just sit there. And of course, the vampire, he's not really a vampire in the movie. We're just calling him the vampire because that's who he is, who's soon going to play Batman. There's the irony and all that.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited about, by the way, because it looks like it's going to be cool. Batman Year 1. So we get to go back.
Is he going to do the voice, though?
It's Year 1, so we don't know what's going to happen.
I hope not. Let's not do the Batman voice.
Okay, listen. Most people have done a good job, but he did a crappy job. When I'm Batman.
Yeah.
No, you just need a mint. Maybe a glass of water, and you'll feel better.
His voice was shot after those movies.
I hope so. He's such a douche. I don't like him either. I don't know him though, so he might be a great guy in person. I don't like his character. We have to differentiate. Although, seeing the little clips off of that, he seemed like a real douche. Anyways, some of the best scenes in the movie, in my mind, were, and you can agree or disagree, is the bungee jumping scene up up to the Indian. Where they sprung up onto the balcony, and that was cool as shit. And I don't think I'd ever want to do that, but that was fun.
Yeah. It's just like, so obviously you had a plan to get out of here, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you figure out who Neil, I guess his name was Neil, right? The vampire?
Yeah.
Did you figure out who he was in the movie other than him?
Maximilian.
Yeah, so he's the kid.
He's
the 7 foot tall's kid.
I had to think about that for a while before I come up with that, because I was like obviously he knows what's going on, not fully, but he knows much more than the protagonist. The arms dealer woman obviously knows what's going on as well, but
way more.
They can't, they were instructed by him to not tell him, so that these events play out the way they're supposed to play out for the whole plan to work. Because the whole plan was for all, I forget the guy's name. The guy's stealing it. The plan was to let him steal all the pieces.
Yes.
So then they could get them and separate them.
Yeah.
But the protagonist is under the impression that they're trying to stop him from collecting all 7 pieces.
Right.
And that's the part that he doesn't know.
And you know who Michael Caine is, right? The Michael Caine character?
So
whoever the hell he is?
That was... Who was that? I remember.
That's at the end of the movie, the 3 guys, so the special forces guy. Ives. That was Ives.
Ah, okay.
So that
makes sense.
It makes total sense because, when Ives is talking to him as Sir whoever I am, Sir Snooty Pants, you kind of saw that, Jesus, there's still that, they've apparently known each other for a very long time, but there's still that, God, it's you again. Yeah, I know I work for you, but whatever, okay?
Yeah.
I still don't have to like you. And here's a credit card. Go buy some real clothes, you Brooks Brothers wearing butts.
It's like, how's he old in the past and young in the future? That's very it's time travel.
It's actually easy. Okay, so remember, this movie's about time travel, but they can only go backwards. Going forward is what they never explain. So he's been leapfrogging back through time. So we're to assume he travels far enough back in time. The only way for him to get forward is old. Yeah. So that's where the movie kind of didn't explain itself, because here the Russian is always going back in time to do these capers, but yet how is he getting back to the same? They never explain. Okay, so for example, the car scene. This is where it gets fun, kids. Gets in the car scene to go save the 7 foot tall chick so that what happened doesn't happen. And somehow, when he freezes, he makes it back into the cargo container. Well, he would have gone back in time to do that. So how to get him back to the time now? They never explain how they bring you back to now, other than if it happens in the turnstile. So it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? It's like, can that thing go forward? But it seems to me like it's not a time machine. It's just it just inverts time. So it allows you to go backwards to a certain point, but once you invert back into real time, you're back into the time that you just inverted to, which they do in the movie, because they invert back a week earlier to where they ran into themselves at the beginning of the movie. And did you notice that wasn't the same scene in the original? In the beginning part where he comes out, he has a black mask on, and in the inverted scene when he comes back out, he has a clear mask on.
Well, I did not notice that.
And they did that to show that it's not the same scene, meaning different things have happened that have happened. And if there's another scene that doesn't make any sense either, is when she's talking about how she sees the girl dive off the boat and she's jealous of the freedom. Well, if she was on that boat, what did she do on that boat? Because clearly she didn't kill him, so he would know that she's been there and that she wouldn't know. You know what I mean? So, like, this scene is already played out at some point.
And it's like it's a future. It's not. Yes, it's not the same scene. It's basically what happened on the boat. Well, there's a lot of intriguing things that happen in there. You know, like first when Neil doesn't fight the guy or doesn't kill the guy in the hallway, I'm like, okay, they're fighting themselves. That's pretty obvious when that happens. But then, if they're fighting themselves, why is he shooting the gun?
Because if you notice, like, he shot all the bullets or whatever, and he wasn't even aiming at his face. He was trying to unload the clip, and then after he took the slide off and disassembled the gun, that way he couldn't use it against himself. Because when he was fighting him, like if the past him, or I guess it would, I don't know. It's
no, you're right. You're 100%
so he
right.
don't kill himself.
That's on point. Way to go, Cal. That's exactly why I did it. Because if you're paying attention, he's just shooting next to him, just to empty the clip. So, and but so here's the funny part. So Neil is like touching the glass. And he's like, "Don't touch the glass." Neil knows not to touch the glass. He already knows this because this is like his thing. Like he's been traveling back in time now for a long fucking time. I mean, because in this he's a kid, but he's a grown adult, and he's been traveling back in time. So it's like, and now, so it's like if you think about it, every time you travel through time where there's another you in time, there again you've created another you. So there's two of them existing on this particular plane. I feel like this is one of those movies where just don't get deep into it. Just watch the movie. Watch the movie, smoke a cigarette or whatever turns you on, and just be like, bro, that was like the best Bond movie ever.
Well, and I can't help but think about it because the future people are under the impression that by destroying the past, they will get rid of the radiation and all this stuff without killing themselves.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense.
No, you can't just pick and choose what you got rid of. And another thing, why is the freaking algorithm like in a bunch of pieces? That's not how algorithm works.
Why did they name it why did they name it that? They could have named it the whatchamacallit, and I would have bought into that. It's like, so they briefly explained that when the scientist, the woman designed it, she made that thing a physical thing so that it could then be taken apart. And I'm like, wait a minute. So somewhere there's a number written down.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's definitely the chick he met that was studying, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what the rumor is. But if you think about it, how far forward are we talking here? You know what I mean? Because she's young, and they're not talking about they can't travel forward in time. They can only travel back in time because they can only reverse time. So she's probably 40 then. So we're talking 40 years in the future. Doesn't seem like it's enough to totally destroy the planet unless we like supercharge. So I feel like it would be probably someone that worked with her.
Something in that office. I just assumed it was her because someone has to.
That's what you think, but she would have had to figure out how to go forward.
But maybe she did, and that's a different algorithm for part 2, Tenet 2.
Oh God, please no! Oh God, please no! Kyle, to change tracks for a minute, what are your top 3 movies? That's okay. Take a minute. Think about it.
Yeah, it's going to take a second.
Really? Come on.
Yeah,
man.
I watched quite a few.
You're 18. There can't be that big of a library there.
We actually have watched a lot of movies together.
Oh man, I totally don't doubt it. I mean, Haley and I would binge watch the crap out of movies. But...
Well, he has an appreciation for like once he started liking like 80s movies, like the original Karate Kid and stuff. Like, oh, bro, like we're going back. We're watching all this stuff. You know, we're gonna watch the classics.
All right. Well, what do you got? Give me one. Throw me one.
I really liked Goodfellas.
Okay, that's a solid pick. All right. So, did you like just mobs? Did you like it because it was a mobster movie? Did you like it just because of the story?
I enjoyed the mobster part for sure, but I really like Martin Scorsese.
So, have you seen The Godfather yet?
No. I keep wanting to watch it, but it's so long. It really turns me off sometimes when I try to watch it.
Okay, so you'll binge watch an 8-episode miniseries, but The Godfather, which is like 4 hours long, is way too long.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
He did watch the Snyder Cut, so
I was gonna say
I didn't watch it. No, dude, I watched like the first 30 minutes, and I was like, I can't watch this again. Yeah.
So the nice thing, so it's funny. The Godfather, when I was a kid, younger than you. It came on 3 VHS tapes. Okay, VCR tapes. You know what those are, right? VHS.
Yeah.
Okay. Not circular discs or just a phone. So I thought it was 3 movies. I thought it was like 5 movies because it was like, it would say, it would end and you'd be like, okay. And so you could walk away and do something else and then come back in later and be like, I'm going to watch the second movie. And it was like, no, man, that's like one movie. What? That was one movie? It took me like a week. It's like, son of a bitch. Oh, and there's a second one? Oh. And that one was 2 VHS tapes. I was like, oh my God, this is like Scarface. Have you watched Scarface?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, best scene, honestly, the only scene in that one that I just kind of was the cocaine in the end.
Yeah.
There's been many a day I felt like doing that. I don't know why. I just,
I'm going to tell you a Vega family fun fact. Okay. We have a distant relative that played in The Godfather. Number 1. His name was Robert Beltran. He was in the opening scene in the restaurant, sitting at a table.
Okay.
He was also in Deep Space Nine. He was a character in Deep Space Nine Star Trek.
Patron number 4.
Yeah.
I love the scene in The Godfather where he's like, was it Fredo, you broke my heart? Is it It's Fredo, right? Where he's like, where they're in Cuba and he goes, I know it was you. You broke my heart.
Was that 1 or 2?
I think it was 2 because that was
2. Yeah,
because that was Michael Corleone.
Yeah.
You broke my heart. I was like, oh, that's the best scene ever.
I rewatched them all when we were on third shift. Me and my buddy Larry, we'd get our stuff done. He had a little pop-up DVD player, and we watched all 3 Godfathers in the course of a week. So
these are life lessons for you, Kyle. These are life lessons.
Watch all the Godfathers at work
while you're at work. So
yeah,
get paid to watch movies. All right, what do you got for number 2?
I want to say like Shawshank Redemption. I really like that movie.
Damn,
but
Jeff Smith. This kid's pulling deep cuts. Yeah, Jeff Smith last week was a big fan of that movie. I was waiting for you to say like Shark Boy and Lava Girl or something like that. But...
He did love that movie.
You know what? That's in the top 20.
Oh, I don't doubt it, man. Dude, Haley will watch She's the Man every day. I mean, that movie could be running in the background 24/7. Like, and she'd just sit there and be talking to herself, reading the lines, just quoting lines, or Mean Girls, or some, like 10 Things I Hate About You, all those, like, I'm just going, oh my God.
Yeah, we wear pink on Wednesdays. Done 12 talk.
Go Glen Coco. Go. And my wife's over there going, don't ever push baby into a corner. And we're both looking at her like, what are you talking about?
Oh, dude, Dirty Dancing's big around here, bro.
Dude,
Kyle's not into it, but I like it. My wife's favorite movie, my daughter's. Yeah. I like it, man.
All right, so what do you got for number 3?
That's still undecided.
Really?
Yeah.
Do random. Okay, do it. All right, so I'll make it easy for you. If you had to pick an action movie, like what is your action movie like? Could be recent, could be like what kind of action movie do you like? Like
Snowpiercer. Have you seen Snowpiercer?
He hates it. I love Snowpiercer.
It's stupid.
I like
Snowpiercer. Okay, no, I mean that's fine though because I mean you know I grew up in the '80s watching Tango and Cash and Predator and superhuman cool guys doing shit and like you get to watch Captain America on a train.
Yeah.
And did you ever see
the roaches?
Eating roaches.
Eating roaches.
That was the longest train in the world too, man. Like it could never move that fast.
That was literally the world was the train.
Yeah, it just never stopped. It just
right.
Like the whole concept of Snowpiercer makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Like of all the things that we could have to stay warm, we picked a train.
Right.
Yeah.
They got the perpetual motion machine going, man.
Yeah, that the kid has to keep.
Yeah. I'm so invested in Snowpiercer. I watched the TV show as well.
Oh yeah.
It's not great, but I already got HBO Max, so it's like, we're watching. I just finished, by the way, The Circle. We finally finished season 2, so I can go on to regular TV again.
All right. So, what's the worst movie you've ever watched?
That's a tough question.
Okay,
there's
rom-com.
There's one where this guy's a walrus. He makes people into walruses.
Tusk?
Yeah, Tusk. I really did not enjoy that movie.
It's a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen it, but he still talks about that one today. He gets so ridiculed. Like I don't know what I was thinking.
It's strange.
I've never seen it because, dude, the guy's high all the time. I mean, if that's how you live your life, that's perfectly cool. But I guess, and I've liked most of his movies, but that one.
Did you like Jay and Silent Bob, the first one?
So I've watched most of his movies. I didn't watch like the Clerks and the Jay and Silent Bob and those.
You mean the good ones?
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the good ones. Yeah.
The second one I will tell you is horrendous.
Garbage.
Yeah, it's.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
No. That's the first one.
Okay.
The second one is.
Oh, the new one that just came out.
Yeah, the comeback or something like that.
Yeah.
The redo. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're doing another one now too. He was talking about.
It's just called Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I watch his podcast. So one of them.
Dean, what's your action movie pick? What do you got?
For an action movie?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm a fan of all things Arnold and Sylvester. So I mean, those are like my quintessential movies. So like Predator was it. Like I could watch, like if Predator was on, I'm like, oh Jesus.
It's time.
Shut up. We're watching this. You know. But I like that, when they came out with when Sylvester came out with those 3 movies with all
of them.
Yes, Expendables. Yeah. When he did Expendables 1 through 3, I was like, oh my god. And like Jason Statham has a new movie that just came out this week where he's like a bank guard or something like that. Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta wait for this to come out. Like, just let me pay my $20. Okay, let me give you my $20 and I'll watch it now. I mean, you're gonna get it now, or you're gonna get it. I'm not going to the theater to watch it. Okay,
exactly. Yeah, this is worth $20. This is what it's worth.
Yes,
I'll pay this right now to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. It's like just let me watch this. But I'm an action guy. I love action movies. That's what I want to watch. I want just senseless, like I don't want Tenet. I don't want to have to be like
think about it. Yeah. I got 2 picks. If I had to pick action, it's a tie between The Matrix and the first Fast and Furious.
See, I don't really think of Fast and Furious as an action movie.
Not until they got to the last few.
Yeah, not until we turned into a James Bond movie. But
those are superhero movies now.
Those are superhero movies. Yeah, those are Marvel movies for sure. Like I don't really think of like those first. I think of those as like action dramas. Like to me, that's because like an action movie has no real point. You know, it's just I'm going to punch you in the face, and I'm going to punch you in the face, and something's going to happen. Yeah, but they're not. There's no point to the movie, but it's kind of a drama. Like there's a loose point to the movie. It's like, hey, this FBI guy, he's like, he's got a man crush on this bald dude, and like he's like, hey man, I can make a fast car too. Will you be my friend? I'll be your friend because like you're the boy, and you picked me up, and you kept me safe from the Japanese people that were coming to get me. So we should hook up and we should race together. Hey, not only that, you know what? I think you're wanted. I think you might be doing something dirty. I'm not doing nothing dirty. No. Hey, your sister's cute too, and I like tuna sandwiches. She makes a really nice tuna sandwich. No one likes our tuna sandwiches.
Got a fat burger.
Yeah. Hey man, you guys are stealing some gas or some VCRs or DVD players or whatever it is you're dealing. Like, I can't have that. I got to go save them because your little Honda Civics ain't going to make it, bro. I got to show up in my car and blow the top off so that I can speed up next to you because somehow I got stuck to the side of a semi for 40 miles.
Vince deserved that.
Yeah.
Vince got that. He got what he had coming.
And then we're all going to ride off into the sunset, you know, because that's what happens, bro.
Well, dude, you didn't cry when they killed Jesse? Come on, man.
That was pretty sad.
Yeah. Every time they kill Jesse, it's like, oh, dude, Jesse.
Yeah, okay. But Jesse was always...
How come everyone else could live, but Jesse's dead?
Jesse was always going to die. There was no question about it. Like, if you had to sit there and go, too hot, too hot, too hot, too stupid. Why is he even here? Bro, I got, I have like, I'm like super smart, but I have a
pretty good impression.
Attention deficit disorder. So I'm really good with computers, but I can't sit still for more than 2 seconds.
Hey, he's racing a VW Jetta against a Honda S2000.
Yeah.
What world do you live in? Especially Johnny Trent. He's got 10,000. He's got 10K under the hood of that.
I got this, bro. Yeah, it's 10K. Yeah, he's got Nissan Spoon motors or some Subaru motors or something in there. And the Honda motor. Yeah. Those are the thing, man. Bro, it's so cool. Give me some parts. Who's got a red F-150 that can go pick all this crap up?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the shop, man? Whatever happened to the store? We never found
out. Dude, I should have wore it. I got the shirt, the Speed Shop shirt. I forget what it's called. Racer's Edge. The Racer's Edge. I've got a shirt that has it on there. If we ever review Fast and Furious, I'll be wearing it.
Well, when the new one comes out, we'll do a whole month on Fast and Furious. We'll get everyone that we know and we'll come on and we'll do Fast and Furious. All right. So, Kyle, if you had to eat a snack while watching Tenet, what snack would it have been?
You can I would base it off, it can't be too crunchy, because if it's too crunchy, you're not going to be able to hear the movie. And if you don't hear the movie, there's no point in watching it, because you'll get lost. So
100%.
Honestly, I'm going to go with any Laffy Taffy except for banana.
Well, I mean,
power to the people.
I didn't expect the apple to fall that. I mean, it's not like we knew that was coming. I mean, but see, the problem with the Laffy Taffy is you got to chew. So I mean, you're not constantly.
But I feel like if you get like the real long
fresh ones,
the fresh
just, ones,
suck on.
You just mush them up in them.
Yeah. I think I don't want to keep reaching for one. So if you get like the ones that are like real big Slim Jims. You can just have the whole movie.
Okay, I can see that. What about you, Vega? What are you thinking?
So these are new to me. I just picked them up. Kyle can vouch for these. They have these prepackaged little waffle, like they're chocolate chip waffles, Belgian waffles, and you don't even heat them up, man. I don't even.
So good.
You don't put no syrup or anything on. These things are freaking delicious.
It's ridiculous.
Problems.
Yeah. They're good, man. It's like I don't even know who makes them. They're next to the freaking English muffins.
So basically, when you're done watching Tenet, you're like this.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta do that.
Sorry, honey, you're gonna have to vacuum the.
Or if you got a little dog like us, she'll come and eat.
Just lick them off your face. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking like avocados. Like make some like dip or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like guac, make some guac,
Yeah.
some brain food, you know, so that you can like get it like infusion of, you know, like I need the brain food. Give me some guac. You know, just eat. I'm just gonna eat it with a spoon because obviously I can't have crackers. But just you know that and like some caffeine, so I can just be like,
you definitely. Was the sound
hyper focused
when you watched it? Did it seem like the soundtrack was louder than the voices?
Oh, dude, let me tell you what. All right, so the girls weren't home. I had both subwoofers on, and halfway through the movie, shit was falling off the shelves. I was like, "What the fuck was that?" I had to pause it, go over, and pick stuff up off the shelf because, and like. Oh yeah, you want my wife's? Totally, I want my wife's. Sue makes some great popcorn. There's no doubt about it. I got to be like, yeah, you know, what'd be really good tonight? Yeah. Popcorn. And she'd be like, "Well, you want me to make you some?" I was like,
"Yeah."
Okay, that was the hint.
Yeah, so you do like we do around our house. So, like Bailey makes the best cookies because no one wants to make them, and we know she's willing to make them. So it's like, Bailey, make the best cookies. Like, will you please make the cookies?
Yeah, it sounds like Haley, but Haley will make like one extra just because she knows that's going to be the one that burnt. So,
yeah.
You know, the burnt one.
Like, here you go.
Thanks.
Thanks for all the support my whole life. Here's your burnt.
Here's your burnt
cookie.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, so, I mean, that was the thing. I was just like, oh, my God. Have you watched any other movies this week? Did you get a chance to do anything else?
Kyle, have you watched anything good?
What do you watch? What are you watching right now? What are you digging in?
Movie wise, nothing.
TV. What's your TV show of choice? You watch The Circle with your dad?
Heck no. Oh, I'm not into The Circle, man. I finished Invincible on Amazon Prime. I really like that.
The cartoon?
Yeah.
That was weird.
I've stopped at episode 1. I was stuck on Doom Patrol. And then I went from Doom Patrol to The Circle, but I'm going back to Invincible. I got to finish it.
I was like, dude, the dad, which is the farmer's guy, you know, the guy from the farmer's commercial.
The J.K. Simmons.
Yeah. We cover that. That was just weird. Like
it blew my mind. I was not ready for it.
No, I'm more anxious to see what season 2 is going to bring out because season 1 was just like this really dumb setup for season 2.
That's what they said. I would listen to a podcast where they watch them all, so I already know what happens. But it doesn't bother me because I want to see it play out for myself. But they're like, the whole first season was a setup for the real Invincible show.
What's funny is how all the characters are just ripoffs of DC and Marvel, and even Hellboy. Like they ripped off Hellboy for God's sakes, like blatantly ripped off Hellboy. It's like, okay, this guy that walks around that's a demon walks around in a trench coat. He's literally Hellboy.
But
you know, and they had Robert Kirkman on podcasts that I listened to, and you know he's the guy that done the Walking Dead as well.
Mm-hmm.
That done that comic book, and it's just all ripoffs. He couldn't use their characters; he made his own version of them.
Yeah, I guess that's just like the boys. I mean, you know, which is just like the worst ever, most just foul version of what you could do with a superhero, and we all sat there and loved it.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, it's like
watch The Boys.
You haven't watched
where he's with the clone stuff, like it got super weird, very weird when he was with the clone guy.
Oh, The Boys?
Homelander, Homelander. When he killed the chick and he was with the clone guy, it got very weird.
The whole thing is weird. It's not one scene that's weird. The whole thing is weird. So, all right. So, what are you watching now? All right. You just got done with that. So,
I can't really think of a movie that I've like watched recently other than Tenet. That's all of my focus has been on Tenet because I've been trying to understand it.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's it hasn't been going well.
No,
I think I've probably watched like 7 or 8 videos about it, and it's just like it. The deeper you get into it, the less you understand,
and the dumber it becomes.
Yeah,
because the fact that there's that many things on there, people trying to explain it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever. Let me ask you this. So if you had to go out to eat, like, hey man, it's your day. We're taking you out to eat. Where are you going? Where are you making Dad take you?
Probably just like a local Chinese place called
Really?
Peking Palace. Yeah, dude. I love like buffet, Chinese buffet.
So Chinese buffet. So
All
you're
the
a cheap
MSG.
date.
All
So
the MSG for me.
I could Uncle Dean could roll in with $20 and take you, drop you off at a Chinese buffet, and just be like, go to
I
town,
could be
bro.
there all day.
I thought you were gonna
crap.
say Faux Hungs for sure.
Faux
Faux
Hungs
Hungs is
Yeah, it's like a little faux spot or pho, however you want to say it. But
Yeah.
they got the best fried rice and the Korean barbecue. Yeah.
Ours is called Pho Queen.
Oh, is it?
Pho Queen. And I just sit there and go, you realize it's Pho Queen. And even if you say Pho Queen, it's not any better. And they're like, what do you mean? Pho Queen?
Yeah.
It's a Pho Queen restaurant?
I think we have Pho King. Yeah, Pho King. Pho King.
Yeah. We have another one that sounds like something else that I can't say on the show because I'm not that bad, but I don't even know how you can walk in and pronounce the name because it's very racial. It's like, what was the name of that restaurant? No, what?
This is Sue. Like, don't say it. Please don't say
I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to. I saw it. It's funny. It made me think about it because I saw it this weekend. Because we drove past and I was like,
yeah,
how do they even do that? I mean, it's such the name of the show, the name of the restaurant is a meme, and it's yeah.
Is it like is it a faux or a pho restaurant?
No, it's an Oriental restaurant of choice, but it's nah with a GR in there. You know, and it's like.
But Kyle, let's try to trick Dean into saying it. Just saying it.
No, you're never going to say that. That's a hard R. I'm not going anywhere near that. No way. No.
Oh man. Hey, have you ever put the hot jelly in the pho?
No, I don't even do pho. I very rarely.
Have you never tried it?
No.
Oh, dude, come on.
I'm not a pho guy.
I mean, it's a lot of red meat, but they do have a lot of chicken dishes too. So
yeah, they have. I mean, we have one here. I've been there, and I like the soup and stuff like that. But it's like, I never know what to order there, and it's like whatever I get, I always go, this sucked.
Well, plus they act like they're bothered that you're even there.
Well, yeah.
Every pho place I've been to, it's like you're bothering them by coming in and being a patron of their establishment.
Thank you for coming in. What can I get for you? Oh, you want a beverage?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can. It's a can too. It's never a glass of Coke it's a can.
Yeah. Oh, sorry in your face. Super white person.
I think Sue agrees.
Yeah. Well, they love Chinese food, man. They go. Yeah. Okay. So we, unfortunately for you, Kyle, we had to pass we had to pass a no Chinese buffet rule here, so we don't do Chinese buffets anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it's like, we can't.
Something happened.
It just was one of those things where there was a couple of them here, and it was like, hey, let's go to the Chinese buffet, and you just always left there, and you just felt like shit.
Yeah.
So, it was like, you know what? I don't want to pay this money to eat this crappy food. It was fun for like the first 10 times, but now it's just because like I like mi fan from the Chinese restaurant, so I always get like mi fan whatever. Which is basically just really skinny noodles that taste really good with Chinese crap on it. And, but yeah, I don't know. What about you, man? Where would you go if it was Hifivega Day? Where are you making the family take you? Steak, just straight steak,
probably,
right?
Kyle, what's the place? The Doe's Eat place. There's a steak place that's kind of like really popular for big, thick steaks. And they're so big, like one steak is for 2 people. And they tell you
your world.
Yeah. You should see these steaks.
Oh yeah. Whatever. Listen, I'm married to a steak eater. I know how much red meat you guys can consume. All right. Like, if there's a bigger T-bone, give me that.
Dude, this place,
you'll be over there going,
yeah.
There's still some gristle. Yeah.
This place is awesome. And as a side bonus, they make their own house dressings for their salads.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like the best salads ever. It's a very simple salad with house dressing. Yeah.
Yeah, I could go there.
Yeah, you could do that, and then Sue could get a 100-ounce steak or whatever it is. It's very big.
Yeah. So yeah, she said I had a bad experience. So one of the buffets we went to, Haley got locked in the stall. The hinge was screwed up, and so she couldn't get out. And of course, the door was one of those doors that goes right to the floor.
I think what'd you tell the story on?
She told the story on one of the shows on one of the Morning Lives. Yeah, she got trapped in the bathroom.
That's funny, dude.
I was like, well, okay, and this
how
was
old was she?
Pre-cell phone time. So there was no cell phone in the bathroom to call. It was I don't remember what she did to get out, but she finally made it out. So steak and some seafood. Jesus. All right, you guys went out to eat tonight already. Like, she went out and got steak tonight. I had my chicken salad, and they both went out and got.
But hey, they also like the melting pot. Big fan of the melting pot. My wife hates it.
I'm with your wife, man. I tell you what, if you guys were coming, I'd say like you could go and me and your wife could go someplace else.
Just don't swap.
You good for a pizza? Yeah. All right. Well, y'all go to the melting pot and get your fondue on.
Yeah.
Man. We're gonna go get some food where we can just sit there and they bring it all to us at once and we just eat.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to cook it?
No. Well, we went to melting pot one time, and we let my dad make the choices. He made all the wrong choices.
I did pick the wrong cheese. I picked the wrong cheese. I fully admit I picked the wrong cheese.
Which cheese did you get?
Some that was like, the funky smelling, but also funky tasting.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, the cheese was a bad choice.
We always go for the cheddar, but without the beer. So we're just like, we don't want the beer, just do the oil. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dad always screws it up. I don't do anything. I just sit there and like, this is y'all's experience, man. I'm just here to pay the bill.
You don't even go for the chocolate? Like the...
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. That's the best part. It's like, is this over yet? When can we get the chocolate? Bring me the bananas on a stick.
Yeah. I will enjoy a banana that way. Just not Laffy Taffy form.
Oh, well, that's understandable.
Laffy Taffy form is disgusting.
It's okay. Let it go, man. Let it go.
That's the only thing I have left in my heart.
The best 7-Eleven Slurpees, banana.
I've never had a banana 7-Eleven Slurpee.
Oh, they're the best. They're so awesome.
What flavor do you think I get?
Strawberry.
Nope. Wild cherry.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Wild cherry, the red one.
Yeah.
Because is the wild cherry red or white?
They have a white cherry. They have a white cherry, but it's also red.
Yeah, you like the red one. Because they always do like half red and then half Coke.
Yeah. That's a good combo. That's the OG classic right there.
Yeah, that's the cherry. Yeah, because that's the walking into Kmart where they used to have the icy machine. And like, can I get a red half and half?
Right after you took your Olin Mills pictures.
Yeah,
I'm going to the little snack bar. I'm gonna get a little Caesars. I'm gonna get a icy.
Yeah, you want a pretzel with salt? Okay, no problem. Hang on. Here, hold my cigarette. Oh no, she just hold it while she's doing it.
Are lunch ladies still like that, Kyle? Because what he's doing is classic lunch lady from whenever I went to school.
Like
they now have things to cover their beard.
They gotta cover their beard.
Man, lunch ladies on here. They just have no tolerance at my school.
Oh no.
They'll stare at you. They'll stare you down. They won't talk to you. They'll just look angry all the time.
They hate you. There's no question.
It's one biscuit, you little shithead.
Yeah.
One biscuit.
Yeah, they renovated all of our cafeterias, so we ate out of the gym for the longest time. And they were cooking food, but it wasn't food. It was like they couldn't move any of their supplies.
Where Kyle goes to high school, let me just describe this for you. So, everything is still from the 50s. The way it was in the 50s, that's how it was until now that he's graduated, everything's getting nice again. But I remember, Bailey played volleyball in this. We would go to these other schools and see very nice gyms and stadiums. And this is literally a gym from the 50s. Exactly what you think it would look like. That's what it looked like.
I don't know.
And now they're up.
By the way, he moved you guys into the wrong neighborhoods. He didn't do his homework.
Man, hey, you know what?
Kids, we got to buy a house.
Yeah, the other schools in this city aren't much better.
That's what I'm saying. He moved into the wrong part of town, man. Gosh,
there's only 2 high schools here. That's it. 2 high schools in this town.
Dude,
And the towns over aren't any
so
better.
many high schools.
Oh, I bet.
Oh God, there's so many people here, and they just keep coming. They just keep coming.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle. Now we're gonna put you on the spot. Pull up the list of movies that we have.
All right, let's
so
get
you
it.
get to pick the next movie that we're going to have to watch, and your dad also decided that it'd be cool for you to suggest a movie that we watch. That might be hard, but I have total faith in your ability to give us a top-notch movie. But these are the movies we have, and of course you could suggest one. So you can suggest a movie to watch from your own list if you happen to have one. So it doesn't have to be one of these, but these are the movies we have to make it a little bit easier for you.
Definitely Foot Fish Way. Just like I love that movie. So
Foot Fist Way.
Yeah,
all right.
it's
a Danny McBride joint.
Hey,
Dean's
man.
gonna like it. This is Dean humor 100% of the way.
Okay, well that's what we got. So next week we're gonna be watching Foot Fist Way with whatever guest we get on here. We'll of course let you know who that is as time goes on. Now the hard part is you're gonna have to suggest a movie to us to add to this list.
Yeah. I actually think I have one written down.
Oh, look at that!
I remember him telling me about it that I would have to choose one. So
I did live.
Foot Fist Way. All right. That's the worst one. Well, you knew he was going to pick that one. I mean, come on. I mean,
it's the top of the list.
Yeah. I got to read. Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm not going any further down than the first one.
I know that first one. Let's watch that. I won't have to try so hard.
All right. I've got 2. But okay. I only chose 2 because I knew the first one you might not want to watch. It's the first one's Parasite. It's on Hulu.
Yeah,
but it's the Korean.
It's the same guy that done.
Yes, I know what it is.
The train movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then the second one is the original Jumanji.
Oh, which one do you choose to go to the list? If I'm guessing for Dean, it's going to be Jumanji, right?
Oh, of course, it's the original Jumanji. I mean,
Does I spell it?
You're close enough. We'll figure it out later. All right, so we got our homework assignment. I've never seen Risky Business. I don't know. Is that on the list? Is that on the list?
Wait. Yes, that's on the list. Risky Business, HBO.
Well, if we get Sue on, maybe we'll watch Risky Business and have her come on. All right. Are you crazy, Sue? No, she was sheltered as a child. Her parents didn't let her go out and watch rated R movies. So
if you don't remember Risky Business, for the time, this was a very graphic movie. He starts out by getting a hooker, and then he has sex with the hooker throughout a large part of the movie, and he does some risky things, and then at the end, he hooks up back with the hooker. So,
Risky Business.
Yeah,
like I said, Sue's parents wouldn't let her watch any of that back then. that wasn't on the cards, man. When we started dating, I was like, "You ever seen this? No. You ever seen that? No. Oh my God, we got a lot of work to do." Crazy she married Dean. Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, that's a whole nother. Yeah, there's. Trust me, the sanity makes no sense why she said yes, but she did so. Someone was actually it was Fernando, the inventor of the kicker key, was typed some stuff on there about marriage and proposal and why relationships don't work. And I just asked her if she likes Star Wars. Anything after that, I figured I could work out.
Yeah.
So you like Star Wars? I don't not like it. All right, we can figure everything else out over time. There's no problem there. I'll just kind of spread it out. So there's your advice when finding a girlfriend. Just find one that can tolerate things that you like. Don't worry about how hot she is, because
but now she's gonna like movies. They're gonna like the prequels, and you're like, you say Star Wars, I'm like, I loved it. The Phantom Menace. Yeah, my favorite.
Have you watched any of the Bad Batch yet?
No, not yet. The cartoon.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's hard to talk my wife into cartoons.
No, this would be a hard sell for sure. Yeah, this would be a hard sell for her because and they're long too, which is weird. I think they're almost longer than the other, like the things we've been getting. Yeah, like
what's the next live action coming out on Disney Plus?
Loki.
Ooh, okay.
So I think Loki is in a month. Yeah. So and we'll dig deep into the Loki.
Yeah, we'll have episode on that one, I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
So everyone is always going to say Empire Strikes Back because that was. I'm an OG man. I like the original one. You know, when I saw the original one, that changed everything. You know, obviously I'm a big Boba Fett fan. It's like I don't know how you can't figure that out, but which is cool because like he was in that movie and that was the whole introduction of that. But 2 is like I would watch it in the theater if I had the opportunity. That was one of the things during COVID. I was like, man, I wonder if I could rent a theater and just watch that movie. But I really liked the first one because the first one set the stage for everything. Like, if you watch the first one, it doesn't matter what Star Wars movie you watched after that, they will all make sense because it gave you all the characters that you need to know about. So it gave you Darth Vader, it gave you Obi-Wan Kenobi, it gave you the Emperor, it gave you Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, R2-D2, C-3PO. It gave you the fact that Anakin Skywalker exists. It gave you, stormtroopers. It gave you the Force. It gave you the dark side. So it literally set up every single thing that has happened in Star Wars. So if you just saw that, and then you watched anything else that had Star Wars on it, it would totally fall into place. It's like you could watch that, you could go watch Jar Jar Binks and be like, I know what a Jedi is, because like that was that Obi-Wan Kenobi guy that got killed by the guy with asthma. That sounded like a really cool black guy and deep. I'm your father, So I mean, like that movie, it just did so much. And like if you watched Empire Strikes Back, it doesn't follow that same thing. Like you can't watch that movie and know what the hell's going on without watching the first one. Because it's like, hey, we start and we're gonna like, why would you land things that walk on ice? You have starships, just shoot them.
Yeah.
Like, it's got a shield generator. Okay, you got Star Destroyers, just like a lot of them. Just start dropping Star Destroyer shit on it.
What was A New Hope the first Star Wars movie you watched?
Yeah.
Okay, so see, my favorite Star Wars movie is The Empire Strikes Back because that's the first Star Wars movie I watched. I think that's why. Probably. Even though I did go back and watch the other ones, but that was the first Star Wars movie I ever seen.
But there again, I saw it in the movie theater like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
which, like I know, right? Saw it in a movie theater.
Yeah,
I know, right, Kyle? Damn, you're old, dude. All right.
What out of the new ones? Pick one out of the new ones. Which one did you like?
None.
What about you? I'm a Rogue One. I like Rogue One.
Yeah, but that wasn't really a new one. I mean, that
was like,
doesn't count. Yeah. It doesn't count. It was like a one-off, and I feel like if they wouldn't have gone back and edited the ending to add in that Darth Vader scene, no one would have cared.
They all died, so that was cool. It's like
but it's like we got to see Darth Vader be like Darth Vader, and it was like, oh wow, that's why he's Darth Vader. Like I liked the third movie, Return of the Sith, from the very last 3. one. No,
the original.
The original 3. Okay. I liked that because to me that was the movie that just made it all make sense. Like up until like the Clone Wars was cool, because then we figured out like those movies, like the first one with Jar Jar Binks was just kind of like, I get why they made it. It had to be made. It had to tell the story. I think if they would have left the Gungans out, it would have been okay. But we got to see the senselessness of what was to come. And then when we saw the Clone Wars, we were all just scratching our heads like, how did the Jedi not see this? Like we're just going to accept that this army came. And like they kind of like fast forwarded through it. And it's like, hey, there's a war. Hey, we have an army. Hey, how did that happen? I don't know, but we're in the thick of it. So thank God they're here. And you're just like, wait, what? No, I don't understand. Wait, back up. Can somebody?
That's a repeating theme. The repeating theme. These armies pop up from nowhere.
Yeah, and then the third one where it was like, oh, there goes your dad. Oh, there he's back. You glitched there for a second. The third one where it was like, we got to see the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar that set up the rest of everything. So it's like, here's why this guy is so pissed that he is like, this is it. This is him losing his mind. This is what happens to him. This is why he's Darth Vader. And seeing that was the best part of that movie, because it's like, okay, this guy's a badass, but this is why this all happened. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you got to see the fall of this Jedi into the abyss of whatever. And I know that gets really deep and stupid, but to me, that was a really cool scene that I'm glad that they finally put on us to see and be like, oh, that makes sense.
Oh, like when Palpatine, he's shocking people, and then he's throwing the shock wave back on him, like, quit shocking him, and he'll quit shocking you.
No, it's not how it works. These last three movies, like, I like the characters, but I don't know what they were thinking. Like, I just the first one was kind of cool. The second one just got
super boring.
She could have been better. I think the first one, and it's like, I don't think they used the characters right. I mean, I just don't think, the only character, in my opinion, that they used right was Lando Calrissian, because that's exactly where you thought he would be. Hey, baby, what's going on, man? I'm a scoundrel for life. And you're just like, and I'm smooth. You're just like, that's exactly how I thought that would be. Like,
it's like when Jess Smith pops up, like, quit being so cool, dude. God damn. Like, quit taking all the cool.
Did you see where Fro sent him cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. All right, guys. Well, that takes us to an hour. We have our assignment. We'd like to thank the sun, as he's simply known, for joining us today. Hifivega has an offspring, and he's got bangs down to his eyeballs.
Well, I don't want to end up like Hifivega. So
that's okay.
He's got, if you look behind him on the left, he's got a little tuxedo there. This fool's going to prom this weekend.
Ooh, no kidding. Is it prom time again?
Yeah, Saturday.
Dude, have as much fun as you can. It's something that's for the next 15 years of your life. You're gonna be thinking about prom.
You think? So, for real?
It's one of those things that is just like that. It's the first time you get to be like almost an adult and do adult things. Your parents aren't there watching you. This is the closest you come to, like, let's say, a big business affair that you may or may not have. It's just a really weird thing that is going to happen, and like TV does it no justice whatsoever. Like no, it's all stupid. This is one of those, prom is one of those coming of age life lesson things that will be in the forefront of your mind until that 20-year reunion happens 20 years from now. And you'll still be like, dude, remember at prom when so and so did this dumb shit, or like, oh, dude, remember this at prom? It's just one of those things that, like, the problem with high school is that you don't actually miss high school until you're done with it, and then you realize how much fun you actually had, and you're like, God damn it.
Man, I only had 2 classes this whole year. So,
and that's the problem with the whole COVID thing, is it kind of robbed you of like the whole joy that is senior year. I mean,
yeah, I was very disappointed.
Sage advice.
Yeah, don't get anyone Prego,
please.
Yes, for as long as you can. Yes, it's really expensive to have a kid, and it slows your life down a lot.
Susan, once you get on the show, Sue, you can add this to the list.
I'm surprised she didn't say Sahara. She's a big fan of Matthew McConaughey's Sahara.
I've never seen that.
Oh, she loved that movie. She loved that movie. But listen, that's all the time we got. Thank you so much for being on with us. I hope you had as much fun as we did. For sure. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go eat a Laffy Taffy string right now and just
banana.
But hell yeah.
Hey, they throw the other ones away like we do bananas.
No, really?
Oh yeah. We only buy banana.
That's gross.
It's okay. You know, but there again, it's like Tenet. It's 180 degrees.
Yeah, they're inverted. Oh, you guys are living in the inverted world. So
we're
if you ever visit Arkansas, you're gonna have an air tank to hang out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yep. Yeah. Or eat banana on my butt, so it goes out the other way.
All right. Next week.
All right, guys. Next week, what's the name of the movie we have to watch?
Foot This Way with Danny McBride.
Foot This Way.
It's on Amazon Prime and Hulu.
Yeah, make sure in the show notes you put where to find it, because that was the one thing, like with Brittany, it took me like an hour to find it.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to add that in.
Crazy movie. We'll let you know who the guest is going to be. We're going to dig through our Rolodex and find the perfect guest to have on. But we'd like to thank this guest for coming on tonight and spending an hour of his time with us. And, of course, we'd like to thank all of you guys for joining us on this third episode in. It's been a lot of fun. We're really enjoying doing this. We hope you guys really enjoy this as well. This has been Side Jag. You guys have a wonderful night as always. We'll see you later next time.